This video was brought to you by Embedded System Solution, a company composed of like-minded electrical engineers, computer engineers, and computer scientists, and whose main goal is assisting our engineering customers, non-engineering customers, and technician level customers with their electrical and computer engineering level and technician level needs. Our customers range everywhere from engineering students to university professors, technicians to engineers, junior engineers to senior engineers. Please feel free to visit us at www.embeddedSystemSolution.com. Again, www.embeddedSystemSolution.com, or better yet, email us at support@embeddedSystemSolution.com. And like always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like. So continue on where we left off, right? And so you have one computer, multiple accounts, and so let's get rid of all the fluff, right? So again, tell them what you told them. So there's the three perspective in terms of user accounts, Linux. Here's the three perspectives that you have to understand. So first we're going to cover not obviously, right, but the file perspective, right? Without further ado, here we go. Okay, so again, we put the images back, right? So let's just remove these guys, right? And so let's suppose that there is the only account that is in the computer, in the Linux computer, is just the admin, right? So he's the only one that can use the computer. So obviously, to use the computer, you have to add every single user, right? Again, not just because you want to doesn't mean you get to. Someone has to previously add you to that computer. So the computer admin has to physically go to a computer and add every single user, right? And so in terms of Linux, and able to understand fully, there's three files that you must modify for every single user that you add, and it's called the shadow file, the password file, and the group file. To 100% add a user, you must modify all three files, right? And so here you can see, like, the computer admin, there's a section on each file that just covers him, right? And obviously, okay, sorry for the glitch, right? So he's the only one that can modify these files. Nobody else can modify these files, right? And so that's the whole concept of security, at least the administrator, right? The computer administrator, he's the one that can add other users, right? So in the process, like, whenever he adds a user, he writes to these three files, right? Again, the shadow, password, and group file. And so all three files constitute a user, the new user that's added to the computer. So once you modify all three files, guess what? Officially, the new user has been added to that computer. And again, this is the Linux perspective, right? And the same thing, with the other user, you modify, you add a section onto each of the file, and guess what? That constitutes the purple user, so another user. So essentially, you have to modify, edit every single file, all three files, and able to fully add a user, right? And it has to be the computer admin, right? And so again, so anyways, so I already learned it from the file perspective. And what is the file perspective? It's three files, right? And the computer admin has to edit these three files and able to add a user, right? Just remember that, right? And so the command utilities perspective, right? And so, okay,